everyone. Welcome to episode 72 of the YarnderWoman Podcast. My name is Melinda. You can find me as YarnderWoman on Instagram and Ravelry. How are you doing? Today is Thursday, the 16th of July, 2018. I've got a little bit to show you here, and then I've got some more vlog style footage to show you, similar to what I did in episode 71. At the moment, life is very full, so I am finding it more manageable to have some vlog style filming as I go along in my day-to-day, and we'll be doing some more usual style episodes coming up very soon, but I think you'll enjoy this vlog. I've got a lot of footage of things I found at YarnderMum's house. For long-time viewers, you will know my darling mum YarnderMum. If you're a new viewer, see if you can find some previous YarnderMum episodes because they're a real treat. Definitely have a look on the hashtag YarnderMum, YarnderMum. You will see a lot of cuteness there. So at the moment, she is now living in a nursing home. So at the moment, my brother and I are going through her previous home because we need to sell it. So I've done some footage of some of the craft things I found there. But to show you now some further things, these are some things I'm going to be giving away as gifts, so I wanted to make sure I could show you. You have seen this hat before. This pattern is Rubies in My Pocket by the lovely Sally Jane Cameron, who is Pink Hair Girl Knits. She's a podcast of the same name. As I said, I showed you this hat previously. It was probably earlier in the year. It was definitely this year. And I had knit this in plenty of time for a dear friend's birthday, which was just the other week, but she does not live in Perth where I live, but she's visiting, and I'm about to go and see her, so she gets to get it in person because I was going to post it. The yarn I have used is Knit Picks Chroma Worsted, I think it was, or is it Bulky? Might be Bulky actually, Chroma Bulky, and it was the Lupine colourway, so it transitions through, I believe, sort of a different strand of the yarn changes colour as it transitions through into these pinks and purples and blues. And so I've attached this navy blue faux fur pom-pom on the top, and I think that makes it look really chic. I had originally planned to make a pom-pom with the remaining yarn, so you know, let's use our imaginations. And I think that still would have looked good. Obviously, hopefully the pom-pom would look better than that. But what made me decide to get the faux fur one, as you can see, you know, it works. It was the transitions, the rest of the colours of the yarn. But I sort of felt it would look a bit more juvenile having it that way. And there's nothing wrong with adults wanting to look juvenile. I quite frequently like that look, but just in terms of the person it's for, I think that the pom-pom, the faux fur pom-pom is much more her style. So it's really good. It just has a little loop of elastic at the bottom, so all I did was attach it with a bow, just a floppy bow, some yarn. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it because it was black, and it was only very short, which is good because it wasn't sticking out too much. But the reason I did that is it makes it removable, and all you have to do is just weave it through again. That way, if she doesn't want to have the pom-pom on, or if she wants to wash the hat and not the pom-pom, it's very easy to remove. And I must say, it was much easier to put on than, you know, sewing it in. This was really, really good. So I recommend that if you're in the market for a non-homemade pom-pom. So yes, there's that. I think she's really going to like it. I hope she will. And I'm really pleased that I was able to do that for her. These presents are some fingerless mitts for Yarnder Niece and Yarnder Nephew. This is I think it's Happily Ever After pattern. I've used this a lot. I think it's possibly the only fingerless glove pattern I've ever used, actually. But it's really great. I believe the pattern's by Jane Richmond and was originally, well, the pattern states you change colours because I think it was made in collaboration with the yarn company. But I have used self-striping yarn. These are both Felici from Knit Picks. This is the Hawaiian shirt colourway, and this is hibiscus. So we've got Hawaii themes happening. And I've made the tops longer. So I have quite small hands, so I can sort of fit these, even though I've made them for a smaller size than I would normally make for myself. Like, that feels a bit fitted for me. The ones I've made myself, I think I did I can't tell you how many stitches I did on my own, but I did 54 stitches on these ones. And as you can see, I've made the tops longer because I have a pair that I knit myself using this pattern, but using a worsted weight yarn. And they saw them and really liked the idea. So you just make the ribbing longer to fit the length of the fingers, and then you can roll them down if and when you need to. This makes it really easy when I wear mine. For example, on my morning commute, I can roll them down when the bus is coming so I can get my bus pass out. All that, it makes it much easier. So 2 by 1 ribbing at the top and bottom, and you just leave a hole. So for this part, you do back and forth stockinette purl rather than just in the round stockinette. I do find I tend to get weird stitches like here and here on each of the needles when I make these. On this one, something weird happened. Not just weird, but weird. I'm thinking, I don't really know. There's not a dropped stitch, so maybe I slipped a stitch up to the next and didn't knit it till the next round. I don't know, but nor do I care because I know YarnderNephew is not going to care. I doubt he'd even notice it. If he does, he's not going to care. However, I did, they're reversible so you can wear them on either hand, but the way I blocked them was so that will make, if he puts them on that way, so that, that's the right hand, that will be on the palms, not so noticeable. But again, I don't think he's going to care. If I thought he would care, I would change it because obviously I want them to be something he'll like, but I don't think he'll care. So yes, very fun pattern. I was happy to be finished them when I did finish them because, you're making 4 of the same thing. However, really enjoyable. I really recommend this pattern. It's very adaptable, as you can see, because I've just changed the numbers, changed the length, all that. But it looks really fun in the self-striping yarn, and Felice is so soft, so I think it's really nice for the kids. So now I'll send you back into the past and go and have a look at all the crafty things that I discovered at YarnderMum's house. Some things that are quite old, so enjoy. Hello, I'm at YarnderMum's house, or I should say her previous house, because she has just moved into her new lovely room in her retirement village, as we call it, the nursing home. But the reason I'm here is we have to empty everything out to prepare it to sell, sadly. But today I thought I'd show you some of the things I'm doing because I'm looking at all her craft supplies. It's winter, it's really cold in this house, so there you go, hence my lovely knitted attire. But let's have a look at some of her craft things, some of which have been in her possession for as long as I can remember. She's lived in this house for 43 years. She was raised to never throw anything out, and we are discovering that. So here's some of the really cool things that I'll be taking to my home that I can use for my crafting in the future. So you'll have to excuse the mess. As I said, there's a lot of stuff here, and for the last few years while Mum's Alzheimer's has been progressing, she hasn't really used much of this, and it's become a bit of a, just throw everything in and move it away sort of a thing, sort of a situation. So yes, excuse the mess, but you can see here we've got some fabrics. I'm not sure what's in there. We're going to have a look. That's her sewing machine. There's the sewing machine. That's got, I think, the pedal. That's like a nice old box that I think is a family heirloom, so that's good. That's got the pedal and some other bits and pieces in there. This table is what the sewing machine used to be set up on, so I'll be taking that to my house. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it, but I'll work something out. Looks like there's a bag of yarn there, some sort of thick and thin. You can see, excuse my finger all over the place here, her nice little display of threads. She's got a sewing kit. There's all sorts of bits and pieces in there. Some nice decorative things. So yes, that's going to be good fun to go through. I'll show you, I'll just walk you over here. These pictures we can see here. Oh, they're a bit reflecty. But it's YarnderNephew and YarnderNiece when they're much, much younger. And there's YarnderMum, darling YarnderMum. Oh, that's my brother, that's me as a baby. There you go, bonus baby pic. Some more bonus baby stuff. There's my hand and footprint, like in plaster. I'm imagining that's from kindy, so when I was 4. So let's see. My hand has grown a bit. I have very small hands though, so I'm surprised. But crafty stuff. In these drawers here is a whole lot of fabric. Now I mentioned earlier Mum never threw anything out. This is upholstery fabric from the lounge that was in this house when I was, I guess, born, and we had it for some of my early childhood. So that's, yeah, about 43 years old, that fabric. I'm not sure what I'll do with it, but I'm going to keep all the fabrics for now anyway. I'm just going to pack them up and take them to my house and then I'll work it out. But there's quite a bit there, so I'm not sure what we can do with that. But yes, lots and lots of stuff in here. That green lace is from the ball dress that my mum made me. Oh, she made me a jacket for year 11 and then wore the same jacket with a matching dress in year 12. So there you go. That's, let's see, about 24 years old, that fabric. So there you go. This is good fun. So in year 11, so actually, yeah, the same year that she made the jacket with that green lace. Year 11, my school did a production of The Wizard of Oz, and I was in the chorus, so I played a munchkin, a flying monkey, and a resident of the Emerald City. So this was part of my Emerald City outfit. I had a green dress, and then I had this fabulous silvery, sparkly, sequiny fabric as accents. And I remember that the director called me out in front of everyone to say how fabulous it was. So that's great fun. There's not a lot there. Sorry, it's all getting stuck on itself. I don't know what I would use this for, but it's wonderful. And it's got some nice fond memories in there. Here's some patterns. I'm not sure if these have ever been used or if they were just ones we bought to have. This would be quite cool. I like the mandarin collar on that. This, I'm not sure if it was for me or for Mum. And this, I can imagine, was for me to make some costumes, but I don't think we ever got around to it. This cape is very cool. This is a fun drawer. So this is the green fabric that my year 12 ball dress was made from, that matched the green lace that was in the top cupboard there, a top drawer. So that's very fun. This golden spectacularness, when I was a teacher, when I taught primary school, the school I worked at was from kindy to year 10, and the upper school did a production of Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, and my mum actually made the Technicolor Dreamcoat, and this was the lining. So I think we got rainbow colours and we cut them into strips and sewed all that together, and that was the outer side, and then it was this gold shininess inside. So we obviously had more than we needed because there's quite a bit there. Got some denim cut-offs here. What's that? Oh, some more cross-stitch patterns. Oh, look, Beatrix Potter again. Oh, M&V for Melinda and Vincent, my brother. I obviously didn't get to those. What have we got? Oh, that looks like my uniform, my brownie uniform. How funny. Oh. Ah, this. This is a scarf. Actually, I would wear this now. And I'll insert a photo. I have shown it on Instagram, but I'll insert it here. So that was a photo of me doing a dance to Paula Abdul's Opposites Attract. That was at my birthday party for when I turned 12, and everyone who came, we did a dance to a song because that's what we used to do. And this is the lovely belt that I was wearing. Scarf. Oh, how funny is that? I think I'm gonna pull that out and wear it sometime soon. So there we go. What's this? Ah, this is a bag that I made out of some old fabric. Oh, there, look, that's that shiny stuff that I showed you earlier that was part of a costume. So this is a bag I made when I was a teacher, and it was like my bag of magical things. I don't know what's in there now. Just a whole lot of random fabrics by the looks of it. Yes. Oh, this fabric, my mum made skirts for my sister-in-law and I when we were bridesmaids at my mum's wedding to her husband Ray. Oh, that's nice. It looks like this bag's just been used to store stuff. But when I was a teacher, I used it as, you know, I'd put you know, little treats in, and when I was doing different things, when we had different themes, for example, if I was introducing a theme, I'd put something in here to show the class. So it was part of what my magic things. When I say magic, I don't mean spells and that sort of thing, or Harry Potter magic. I just mean magical. Nice. Ah, this is fabric. I don't know what I used it for, but I remember loving it in the 80s. It's obviously been cut out for something. Oh, maybe that was that top pattern that I was saying I wasn't sure about, because it looks like it's been cut into like a very cropped top, so who knows what it was. But I remember loving this fabric in the 80s, 90s. Oh, all these funny memories that, like, you know, when you like remember something but you don't quite remember what it was about. Yes, I'm having a lot of that lately, going through all this stuff, not just the craft stuff, but all the stuff at Mum's place. So yeah, it looks like there's some more bits of fabric and all sorts in there. Red and purple, very cool. I found more cross stitch, and look, that M and V pattern that I saw earlier that I thought I either hadn't had or didn't have them anymore. I found them. So look, it's the V, and I think those characters are Pigling Bland and another piggy, and an M. And this is one of the rabbits. I'm not sure which one. But I don't know if you can see, there's the eyes and the nose, so it's in sort of a V looking down that way. I seem to have gone a bit squashed with the face. There's the eyes and the nose, and they're not a V, but, you know, clearly even back then I was all for design features, and it just looks like this rabbit is really looking to the side. So that's fine. So great that these are finished, like completely. I obviously, you know, used to put them away to frame later and then moved on with my life. So I'm not sure what I'll do with these, but there's also these. There's also these. So this is Miss Moppet. Now, my cat was called Moppet when I was little, that I got from this story, so this story is quite special to me. Then we have Jemima Puddle Duck. That was the pattern I found earlier. And then I'm not sure who this is, and it doesn't have the name. But yes. So again, these are all finished. So again, these are all finished. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. Perhaps Yarnder niece and Yarnder nephew would like some, maybe. My brother would like a framed V for his bedroom. We're actually in my brother's old bedroom that's now used as, well, was used as my mum's craft room study. The floral curtains were not there when my brother lived here. But yeah, wow, so here's a good show of my first crafting endeavours prior to becoming knitting obsessed. Very, very prior. These would have been done when I was a teenager, perhaps. I know definitely when I worked at Target, which was my first job that I got when I was 14. Back then you could get cross stitches and all that sort of thing at Target. You certainly haven't been able to for many, many, many years. But yeah, I worked there when I was 14, and I remember I was in the Manchester section, which was where, you know, curtains, bedding, crafty things were sold. So I used to, you know, get a new cross stitch every so often because I would see them because they'd be in the area I worked in. So I would have done these, I guess, 20 to 25 years ago. So there you go. Oh, so cute. I think I'll definitely put the Miss Moppet up in my room somewhere at home, or not necessarily my bedroom, but somewhere at home. I think that's definitely a special one for me. I found a few more treasures. Here's the pattern from that Miss Moppet. You can see I've made my own little key here for the colour codings. That's the back there. Front sheet is a guide only. Adhere to graph. So that's quite fun. This is awesome. This is some tracing paper from, does it have a date on it? 1971. Simplicity. So when I get around to doing some sewing, I'm all set for tracing paper, 75 cents. Now, it's no surprise that YarnderMum is very creative and talented, but here's some little drawings I found. I think she was putting together decorations for her wedding, so they're very cute. I found a very big button stash in this old ice cream container. Buttons, belt buckles, all sorts. Good look through there and see what's what. Oh, there's a jar of more buttons. I imagine some of these might have come from my nana, but I'll have a look. And this, I spoke earlier about how I was into cross stitch, is my container where I'd put all my threads, and I'd started sorting them. You can see some of them are numbered. And you can see I decided I was going to give them all names because I imagined that the colours on the packets didn't have any actual names, but you can see I've got all sorts. This one here, Pale Moppet Brown, because Moppet, as I said, was my cat. We've got Wistful Wisteria down the bottom there. Polar White. Stubbs Yellow. Stubbs was so I can put this in time now. Stubbs was a golden lion tamarind monkey at the Perth Zoo that I fell in love with when I did work experience at the Perth Zoo when I was 15. So I imagine I did all this when I was about 15 or 16. So that's great fun. This is not fun. But yes, you can see over here, I then obviously got bored with giving names to everything and just went for numbers. I found a lot of safety pins, which is good because I never seem to be able to find any when I need them, so I think I'll be right now. And look at this. This is one of my very early sewing projects that I made for myself. Some light coming in there. It's a very simple skirt and the elastic's completely, can you hear that crackling? It's just fallen apart and it's lost all its stretch. So this was an elasticized skirt that would have pulled in a lot more when the elastic was actually working. It's pretty much straight at the moment. And it looks like I've done just a very simple hem. I even have an overlocker. I'm pretty sure I made this in Year 8 Home Economics class, the first year of high school. So we would have had an overlocker there because Mum never had an overlocker, so that's what makes me think this was a school project. But there you go. This fabric is really pretty. Really reminds me of something Isabel Fluffy Fibres would want to use now. What do you think, Isabel? The pretty little blue flowers and the mauvey pink. It's very cool. So yes, there you go. This is going through all the crafting stuff has definitely been inspiring me to get sewing because, you know, it's something I really would like to do. It just hasn't happened yet. So thus far I've got this big container filled with things that I'm taking. Found a whole lot of bias binding, so that's fun. This is for threads to go on. Just throwing a few in there because I'm just trying to make everything fit. Found a whole lot of knitting needles. There's more down there, I think. Very cool vintage ones with these red plastic ones. I'm going to go through those to see what I'm doing with them. And if I sweep you around here, I still need to do down there, but look, I've done that whole segment there. Section. So I am making progress. Whew, but it is tough going. There's a lot here. A lot of it's going to the op shop, so that's awesome. And as I said, I'm looking forward to doing some more crafting with all this stuff. Hopefully sooner rather than later. This is an example of some amazing YarnderWoman sewing. So she's made herself a picnic basket cover underlining. So that's the cover. Then she's got her plastic sheeting to sit on, and then she's got all her lovely matching picnicky things, and she's lined this basket. It's a bit tricky. I don't want to pull everything out, sorry guys, because I've got too much to do already. But you can see it goes all the way down the basket. Isn't she clever? So YarnderWoman learnt sewing when she was a child, at home and at school, and when we were younger she made nearly all our clothes. Because back then it was cheaper to make your own clothes and we were not well off, so she made a lot of things for us, but they were always beautiful and I always loved them. It wasn't, and I clarify that because it wasn't that I was embarrassed to have homemade things, or homemade clothes rather. I still always liked them. Then as I got older, into my, late primary school, then high school, it was more about buying things. But as I said earlier, she made my ball dress, which I just loved, and it was really special. This, I am very happy. This I am very happy to find. So what it is, see, it's like a little cover. Sorry, it's very hard to do this with one hand. This was a cover Mum made to put on her Mixmaster, her, beaters and bowl set. And we used to have this on the bench. This fabulous chicken with chicks. She's done all that embroidered on. Oh, it's fabulous. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this for, but I definitely want to keep it. Put a cover on something. It's so cute. Okay, I'm sure you were all just dying to know, and you'll be relieved. I've solved the mystery of who this little guy is because I've just found his pattern. And his name is Timmy Willie. I do not recall him from Beatrix Potter, so he obviously was not a character that stuck with me. But there you go, we've solved the mystery. Still not sure what I'm going to do with him, but we know who he is now. Something I've just found of these funny patterns. This is very cute. Little girls' dresses. I would wear those dresses now, actually. The rest are things I assume were Mum's. Because I don't recall having these outfits, so I think they're Mum's. This one I think was probably for me. Look at that, just lovely, that triangle dip waist. I think this is a 1986 pattern it said on the back, so yes, very styling for the 80s. Sort of thing might be back in style now, but these ones are going to the op shop. Oh, there's these two, very long. I hope you enjoyed that. As sad as it is to be having to clear out your childhood home, and the reason we need to clear it out is to sell the house to support YarnderWoman now to pay for her nursing home. So as sad as that is, there has been enjoyable parts as well. So finding treasures and memories, finding things that trigger memories, because memories are within us, not within things. But yeah, going through all that craft stuff was especially fun, and it's quite inspiring. I can't wait to get sewing especially. So thank you very much for spending some time with me. I'm glad I could show you some of my projects as well as that trip down crafty memory lane. Have a wonderful day, whatever it is you're doing. I hope there's something yummy in the fridge waiting for you. I will see you very soon, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye bye.